So hi everyone, I'm Suhail and I work as a developer advocate at Livepeer, and today I'll be leading a workshop on building the future of video with Livepeer. In this workshop we will be covering on what is Livepeer, who can use Livepeer, what problem does it solve, and how to integrate Livepeer into your application. So before that, we know that approximately 80% of the internet traffic is accounted by the video. This means that the large majority of the content over the internet is in the form of video, such as streaming, video on demand, video sharing on social media, and also online video calls. This is the reason why our brain loves video, because it is programmed to retain the visual content better than the page loaded with the words. Usually an average viewer remembers 95% of a message when it is watched, whereas only 10% when it is read. However, there's a one catch to the video sharing. It is very expensive. Video streaming and also transcoding can be very expensive to the applications who are building for the users. And one of the main factors is the amount of data and the bandwidth that is required to transmit, receive high quality, and transcode the videos. In addition to this, the video streaming and transcoding requires a specialized technology and infrastructure such as the powerful servers and high-speed networking equipment. And furthermore, the video streaming transcoding can be a resource intensive, meaning it could increase the cost of hosting and delivering the video content. And so it is very expensive. And the solution to this problem would be Livepeer. Livepeer protocol is a decentralized video streaming and video on-demand platform that uses blockchain technology to enable anyone to easily and affordably stream live videos to the global audience. It is built for developers and it aims to increase the reliability of the live and on-demand streaming while reducing the infrastructure cost by up to 50 times. Who uses Livepeer? Like, who's Livepeer for? Well, the Livepeer is for developers who want to build application on top of Livepeer and uses its broadcasting or live streaming feature or maybe on-demand feature to serve the video on a decentralized network. Or it is for users who want to stream the video of maybe gaming, coding, or any entertainment into your mobile phones using the Livepeer. At last, it's also for broadcasters such as Twitch or YouTube who have a very large audience and also very large creators that would significantly decrease their bills and infrastructure costs. And how does Livepeer work? Well, when you broadcast a video, the broadcaster sends the video to the Livepeer network, and the Livepeer network transcodes the video using the nodes that is powered by the Livepeer, and it is deployed on Arbitrum blockchain. After that, the video gets distributed on a global CDN, and after that, the users would be able to play the transcoded version of the video. So for those who don't know, transcoding is basically a process in which the video gets transcoded into different formats. For example, if it's in a 4K, the video would be transcoded into 240p, 360p, and 1080p, just to ensure that the video gets played properly on different devices, internet connection, and also browser. Livepeer growth has been very tremendous this year. We had over 2.7 million transcoding minutes per week. And so this was about Livepeer, and we have both Livepeer APIs which you can use, and one of the best ways which you could interact with the Livepeer network would be Livepeer Studio. Livepeer Studio is an open source dashboard for interacting with the Livepeer network. It is used to create and also manage developer API keys, assets, and streams. Of course, completely open source on GitHub. And basically, most of the many Web3 video applications are currently powered by Livepeer. For example, Hello01, Beam, LensTube, Bonfire, Stream8.tv, and many other applications. And so this was just an overview of Livepeer on how does it work and how you can use it. Now I'll basically go through a demo app on how we can basically integrate Livepeer into a sample application. Let me just come back. So I just go through a tutorial on how to use Livepeer into your React application. And for this, we would be using Livepeer.js. Yeah, so Livepeer.js is a SDK built on top of Livepeer Studio API. It provides the ready-made hooks and also components to easily build applications with React or maybe Next.js and Livepeer. So the first thing which we're gonna do is open up the terminal and go to the directory where we want to create the application. In our case, we want to create a folder, name it, for example, Eat India. And then inside of the folder, we want to create a React application. So I'll just say npx create a React app, and then dot, which would create it inside of this folder. So this will create as a sample React application. And until it's completed, we can go to the livepeer.studio. Which I mentioned it earlier, and here you have to go ahead and create an account. It's pretty easy, and you would basically have a transcoding minutes of 1,000. Basically, I think it is enough for many of the projects. But if you go over it, you can basically pay, which is like very negotiable amount, like 0.001 per minute. But yeah, once you are here in the Livepeer Studio, you can go to the developers and click on create the API key. You want to name anything for your API key, and then also allow cars. And here I want to allow from everywhere, and also give a full API access to the API. And then you want to create it and then copy the token ID here for now. And now let's see if so now the React application is completed. We can open it in the VS Code. Yep, so this is our React application. Let's run it on a local dev network. Yeah, so now the application is running. What we want to do is we want to install the Livepeer.js, which you can do by running npm I livepeer/react. And this would basically install Livepeer.js into our application. Until it's completed, we want to do a little cleanup into our application. So I would delete the app.js, app.css, the test files, the logo here, and also here. And then index.js, I would just remove the last part here, and yeah, that's it. Coming back to the app.js, I would remove logo and app.css. So we want to create a very simple React application. And yeah, so now we have updated the code to this one. It's a very simple message basically for now. But yeah, so once the Livepeer.js is installed in our application, we can come to the index.js and basically create a client. To do that, we want to create a React client. And import it from Livepeer React, and also Studio Provider. And at last we want to also import the Livepeer config. So we have imported these three packages. Now in here we want to run const client is equals to create a React client, and here we would put a provider, Studio Provider, and here we want to put our API key, which we created here. So I just copy it and then basically put the API key here. API key. Yeah, so once we have put the API key here, let's close the bracket. And yeah, perfect. Now at last we have to basically remove the strict mode and also wrap application with Livepeer config. Livepeer config, and then the client would be client. And here we can import app. So yeah, const client is equal, yeah, just come here, get started, and yeah, this is it. Copy back the API key and then paste it here. And yeah, so now we have Livepeer.js integrated into our application, and we can use the hooks, components, and everything just to test like if everything is working fine, like if we have integrated successfully. We have a hook named Livepeer Provider, so we can import that, use Livepeer Provider, and here we can say const provider is equals to use Livepeer provider. And here we want to put our provider name, so we say provider dot basically get config dot name. And yeah, once we save it, here we should have Livepeer residue, yeah, which means the integration now works fine and our application is integrated with Livepeer. And this demo application, we want to basically create a very simple upload and transcode video. So what we can do is we want to use first maybe let's put it let's create the input, or let's first create the state const video is equals to set video. Yep. Yeah. So, and here we want to keep an input, and this input would have a type file, which on change it would be basically set on the state which we have, the set video one. And yeah, that's it. Let's save it, and now we have this file picker, and for now we can keep it like that. And then here we would have also a button like create asset, and then on click. For now we just for now we can keep it like this. So we have a file input and also a button. So here what we want to do is we want to basically import the use create asset, which is an asset to create a video on the Livepeer network. So we say const is equals to use create asset, and here we want to put our video. So in my case it's going to be, for example, sources, and in the sources we want to keep it like it's an array. So since we have only one video, so I just put it this way, and here we at last we'll have a name. For example, maybe we can keep this one video dot name, and also at last we want to also put the file. So we say file is equals to video dot name. Yep. So this would create an asset for us, this hook, and just to make sure that we get the correct responses, you would also add a few. We'll add a match weight, and we put it like on create asset. And then we would also add a data that you'd get in response. We'll have assets, this one, and maybe progress if in case we need it. And yeah, so pretty much this is the hook which we want to use. And here on the button click, we can say if the video is not there, you can disable it. Oops. Yep, now it's working. Maybe I can just come here, use create assets. So this is documentation which you can use, like you can have all the assets and hooks which you can take a look. And yeah, so this is the code which we would be basically using it, like there. Missing colon, okay. Let me remove the TypeScript one, save it, and yeah, so we have the button, disable it, and yeah, so now it should work. Just to see if the progress and everything, we want to also add this one and the error message, and let's put this here and save the file. Cool. So now if we have to upload this, yep, and now, so let's come here, click on choose file. This will open up a video for us. Maybe I can find the video. Arweave.net/. Okay. Okay, we don't have a demo video. I don't have a demo video to upload it, but basically, it's once you choose a video. Okay, yep, got it. So we have a video now. Once you have the video, you can click on Create Asset, and this would basically upload the video to the Livepeer network and transcode it. And once we have the video back, it would basically show us here. So currently, it's been an uploading process. We can come back here, close this, and go to Assets. Yeah, so this is how you'll be able to create an asset using Livepeer.js. And one more thing which I want to add to this workshop, and that would be completed, is basically the player component. The player component is like easy to use HLS player, which you can use to play the videos on the Livepeer.js. So for that, we have a guide on how you can basically play back the IPFS and RV video. As we know that both IPFS and RVs are not CDNs, they are storage. So in order to play the video properly without any buffering, basically you would want to use Livepeer. It would play back the transcoded version for us. So we have already set this up, and I think, yeah, so you don't want to go through that one, but this is how you'd be able to also transcode the videos from IPFS and RWIF. Just to show you an example, we have a few, I put some examples here, like RWIF. And if I basically put the RWIF link here, it would take a minute for the video to get transcoded and then save it into the Livepeer network. And once it is done, you would be able to basically play it. Just in the case, I can also Livepeer and then de-store. This is an example application. So for example, if I want to play this video, the video would be played actually. So this is how the Livepeer transcoded. It would play any type of video on either on IPFS and RWIF. So this is an example with the RWIF that any size, it would be transcoded and then play back the most optimal version. Similarly, like this one or this one. So I think due to bad internet, they don't play it, but yeah, it should work actually. And yeah, so this is regarding the Livepeer. I hope you understand on how to use them. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions.